write a blog post. Some of you may have written your first blog post. Some of you may have not. It could be a little scary at first, but there's no need to be scared, not with this community. There's a couple of different ways that you can start to write your blog post. So here we are on the home page of ActiveRain. If you hit the blogs button, it's going to take you to the most recent written post on ActiveRain. And you'll see right here, if you click write a blog post, bam, takes you to your spot. Another way is if you go to My Home, which will be where all your profile information is and everything. You can go to your blog roll, My AR blog roll, and this button right here, new blog entry, click it, bam, you're there again. But probably the way 99% of the people start a blog post is from their My Home, and this button right here, this baby, write a blog post, takes you to your blank palette. This is where you're going to work your magic. And just so you don't have to sit here for 20 minutes while I type in my information, I've gone ahead and put it all in here for class purposes. So the first thing you're going to want to do is title your post. Now, what is your post about? Now, Bob Stewart, our community evangelist, leads our ActiveRain University course, and he dives deep into how to title your posts to rank on the first page of Google, and really how to unlock keyword phrases. I'm going to show you all where to go for those classes and those recordings if you did miss that class. But today's class is more of how to write a blog post. When you're writing a light-hearted blog post or one to your peers, use a catchy title. Those tend to get more action, more clicks and views. People want to know what you're talking about. So use something catchy to stand out from the crowd and get someone to click on it to read further to see what you're talking about. When it's geared towards consumers, you want it more specific, more of a long tail keyword, like short sale properties in Wallingford, Seattle. That is what my blog post is going to be about. So I've got my title in there. The next thing you want to do is get all of your info in here. Before you worry about images and fonts and links, get what you have to say here. White space is good. White space is key. Nobody's going to come to a blog post that's one or two big chunky paragraphs and say engaged. They're just not going to. You can have the best information in here, but if the layout's not right, they're going to back out and find something that's more appeasing to the eye. So white space is your friend. So start titling a couple of your paragraphs, create some white space, and let's go through the icon list. WYSIWYG, right here. What you see is what you get, meaning whatever you type in here, what you see is what your readers will see as well. We also have this auto save now. I believe it happens every 60 seconds, maybe 90 seconds. God forbid your computer crashes or something happens, you come back in, your blog post will be sitting there for you. I would go through here and I would start to bold. Bold your paragraph titles. It breaks up the verbiage, the paragraphs, keeps your readers involved, kind of so they know what to expect. If you didn't like something that you just did, you can hit the undo button and it would then unbold. I just bolded that, but then I hit the undo so it unbolded. If I wanted that rebolded, I hit this redo button. Very easy, right? Styles. In Bob's classes, you'll learn all about H1 and H2 header tags. This helps with your Google SEO. You're going to want to get those in there. If I wanted to make this my H1 tag, I highlight it and hit H1. Bam, there's my H1 header tag. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. We'll teach you all about header tags in another class. But that's what's really cool about the new styles. Paragraphs as well. Address, heading 1, heading 2. Use these. Very simple. Bold, we bolded our paragraph titles. Italicize. If you wanted to have a quote, I have a quote from Jenny in here. I want to italicize that. Makes it stand out. Underline. If I wanted to really hit home with something. If I wanted to say, you know, that I really wanted to make a big deal that there are a variety of home styles that come with basements. Let's say that's really important to me and the readers. I'll go ahead and underline that statement. The next one is strike through. This is used when people are being funny. They may write a word that they want to write, but they'll strike through it and write what they really should write. It's a great way to show your humor in a post. It's also used a lot to keep the integrity of a post. Let's say that 75% of the homes come with a basement. And that was true when I wrote this post April 30th, 2013. Your posts have a shelf life, and you can make them what we call evergreen, meaning that they will always be timeless if you do certain things in your posts so that you don't have to continually update them. This sentence right here, let's say that things change. Let's say it's 2014 and only 25% of the homes have a basement. I can go ahead and keep the integrity of my post by highlighting the information, strike throughing it, and then writing what I really want to say. You know, maybe 50% of the homes. This way, anybody that read my post back in the day or until I've updated know that I'm keeping the integrity, I'm updating my information. They can rely on me to stay on top of what's going on in my market. So that's how you use that. Color, we just got color. We updated our blog editor to include color. We allow the colors of the rainbow. We don't want you to get too funky. But if you wanted to make something in color, you can do so. Highlight and click it. Now that my color is red, you'll see the little red. Anything that I wanted to make red would be red. If I didn't want to do that, I'm going to undo. If I didn't want this red, I can come back up here, hit black, and it's black, right? Very basic. Font size, you can now change your font size. We don't allow your pixels to go too big. 24 pixels is the biggest you can make. And then we have the align. Align left, center, right, and full. This align full button will come into play when we insert our photo, and you'll see what I mean in just a moment. Everything already aligns left. We read left to right, so it will be on the left. If you wanted to make something centered, highlight your verbiage, click Align Center. There you go. If you wanted it all the way align right, you can align right. If you didn't like that, click the Undo button. If you wanted this back on the left, highlight and align left. We also have now the indent and outdent. If I wanted to indent this, if I wanted to indent it anymore or outdent it. You can see my post is kind of taking a little bit of shape now. There's a header tag. There's bolded headers. There's an indented quote that's italicized. I have some information underlined. This will help you show everyone that you are a professional just by doing simple things like this. Next we have the lists. We have a bulleted list and we have a numbered list. Let's say that there are certain steps to buying a short sale in Wallingford. You need to get pre-qualified. You need to find a great agent on ActiveRain, of course. And you need to start looking at homes. A very detailed list, but for training purposes, that's fine. If we highlight this, we can make it a bulleted list. Oops, nope, I wanted a 1, 2, 3. I'll click the 1, 2, 3, bam. Numbered lists are my favorite. Numbered lists get tons of clicks and views. If you title top 10 markets in the Seattle neighborhood, things like that, and make a very nice blog post with numbered lists, you are going to get people reading to your very last sentence. Numbered lists are good. Top 5, top 10s, those are some of my personal favorites because they do get the action. Okay, what's the idea of a blog post? To capture your audience, to get in front of potential clients that you otherwise would not have. Once they're here, what do we want them to do? Well, I'd love for them to pick up the phone and call you, but sometimes that doesn't happen. We want to send the traffic that you've already captured in your blog post and send it to your website. So, click here if you want to find the currently available short sale properties in Wallingford, Seattle. Let's insert a link. Here you have, hopefully, a good IDX website that produces the MLS searches, right? Available inventory. So as you can see, this one is servingyourbrokerage.com. That's that URL up there. If I inserted this link, if I said click here to find currently available short sale properties in Wallingford, Seattle, and I included just this link, this doesn't show me available properties in Wallingford. What is she talking about? I'd back out and I would re-Google something. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a search for Wallingford, Seattle homes. Here's all the available inventory in Wallingford per my MLS. Now this URL up here has changed. It's not just servingyourbrokerage.com. It has a unique URL for my unique search of Wallingford. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this URL, and I'm going to come back to my blog post. Now most people make the mistake of making their anchor text. Anchor text is what the reader clicks on to be taken to the blog, to the other site. Click here is not going to help you with your anchor text because anchor text can help with your Google SEO ranking. So what are they going to be finding? They will be finding short sale properties in Wallingford, Seattle. So I'm going to make my keyword my anchor text. My keyword will be what they click on to go to my site. So I highlight that and I come up to my icon bar and the insert edit link. And I just paste my link in there. Now, do I want them to open the link in a new window or the same window? If you prefer that after they check out the link, they come back to your blog post, then you open it in a new window. If you prefer that they stay on the site that they're clicking on, you open it in the same window. At this point, my blog post has done its duty and it has captured an audience and now has fed them to my site where hopefully I have a good CRM on the back end. I can make them register, see how often they're logging in, what their favorites are, drip campaign. You know how to do this. You know how to market. And click insert. Now whenever they click on short sale properties in Wallingford, they're taken here and bam, they are seeing properties in Wallingford. Google likes links. They like to have you insert maybe two links, 3 links of relevant information. I'm not going to link to, you know, the Yankees MLB because it has nothing to do with this. But I do know that there is a neighborhood blog called wallyhood.org because I'm an expert in my community, right? I know about these things. And I know that anybody in the neighborhood can post about current happenings and restaurants and tips and schools closures information here. This is a good link to have in my post. I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to come back to my post. And I've talked about it in here. In the Wallyhood Neighborhood blog. That will be my anchor text. Come up here. Put in the link. Now I don't want them to stay on the Wallyhood blog. That's not mine. I'm just feeding it to them because I am an expert on everything Wallingford and I want to show my readers that. I'm going to keep it open in a new window. Bam, there's my second link. That looks much better, these anchor texts, than having, obviously, something like this. Because you could do that. You could put this in here. You could make this your link. It doesn't look professional. Nobody does that, so don't do it. Sweet. I've got my links in there. I've got my headers in there. What's next on the icon list? Insert, edit, image. I'm going to show you the two basic ways to insert an image. Probably the most easiest way is to insert an image between 2 lines of text. Wherever your cursor is where the image will show up. I found my images, I've gone out, I've taken pictures of the property, or I have images that I can use. Don't Google and, you know, homes for sale in Washington and find an image of a home and use it. You need to make sure that you're using images that you have direct and proper authorization to use. Don't use any copyrighted images. It's not worth it, you guys. People will come after you, so don't do it. There's lots of free sites you can find cool images, like freedigitalphotos.net is a great site. You can Google free clip art sites, things like that. But if this is your listing, you probably have photos of your listing, so include one. So place your cursor between 2 lines of text, come back up here to your icon bar and click the Insert Edit Image. This box will appear and it's wanting the image URL. I already have the image saved on my computer, so this button right here allows me to browse my computer. I'm going to choose my file. I know I have it on my desktop, and I have it as Wally House 2. Upload photo. It's going to give me a little preview of the photo. Yep, that's what I wanted. Image description. This will be what the search engines identify the picture of being. So, what is it? It's a short, I'm using my keyword, short sale property in Wallingford. The title is what someone sees when they hover their cursor over the image. So what a reader would see. So Wallingford Craftsman. And then if I just click insert, there's my photo. Whoa, okay, it's a little big. I'm going to put a border on there. All I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight my image, come back up to my Insert Edit Image button, and come to my Appearance tab. The dimensions 435 by 328 is a little big. I don't like it. I want to put it maybe something more like 300. If I click 300 and then I click outside this box anywhere else, this second box will auto-populate the second pixel box. That way your photo won't be stretched out and it will stay proportioned. I'm going to update that. Ooh, yeah, much better. But I'm going to highlight it and I want it in the center. That looks much better, but it's missing something. How about a border? Highlight insert edit image, back to my appearance tab, border. If I put a 3 in there, it'll show me how thick it is. What if I put an 8 in there? Whoa, much thicker. Let's go with a 5. Update. Looks good. If you don't like it, change it. Change the size. Make it go to the right. Make it go to the left. Put it at the bottom of your post, at the top. Whatever floats your boat. Another way to insert a photo, I'm going to put my cursor right here. I want my photo. I'm going to put a photo right here on the right-hand side. Insert edit image. I'm going to browse my desktop. Wally House 1. Upload photo. Yep, that's what I wanted. Again, the description is what the search engine will identify the photo as. Short sale property in Wallingford. And the title is what your readers will see when they hover their mouse. Wallingford Craftsman. Now, I'm going to go to my appearance. 500, way too big. I'm going to make this bad boy something more like 225. Never make your photos bigger than 600 by 600 pixels. For some reason, our blog editor will allow you to do so, but don't. It's too big. It will offset your blog roll. It'll stretch it out. Just don't do it. And I'm going to want this on the right. I can see in this little preview that my photo will then appear on the right. Insert. Looks good. But the words are running right up to the photo. I don't like that. So I'm going to click the image, come back into my Appearance tab, and I'm going to put some vertical and horizontal space in there. The bigger the number, the bigger the space. But it just creates some nice white space so that your words are not running up right to your photo. Now remember when I talked about the align full? You know how newspapers and magazines have the verbiage in a nice, straight, sexy line? Look at that. That's what the align full button does. I still feel like it's running up to my photo a little bit. I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to put maybe an 8. And an 8. Cool. There's more white space. Now I've also made this photo on iPicky, IPICCY.com. It's a really cool free photo editing service that you can use. But you can overlay text, you can crop and photo, you can adjust photos and do all sorts of fun stuff. But I've said click here to find short sale properties. So what I'm doing is I'm making this actually a hyperlink. So I'm going to go back to my blog post. And here I have my Wallingford search. I'm going to copy this link. Click my photo and click my insert edit link. Paste my URL. My photo says click here to find short sales. Now once they do, they will click there to be taken to my website showing them available properties in Wallingford. Very simple, 2 easy ways to insert your photo. Sometimes things get funky. You may have some bad HTML code in there. Sometimes things are offset. If you ever get stuck, you can give us a ring. We'll help you and walk you through it. The next button is the Insert Edit Embedded Media. Let's say you are that agent who has a camera and you went and you took a video of your property and you've uploaded it on YouTube, just like this one. We can help you do that if you're not familiar. All you do is grab your YouTube URL, copy that, come back to here. This is where I want my video. So I'm going to click this and I'm going to paste my file in there. Once I click anywhere else, the type will auto-populate for me, knowing it's an iframe. Dimensions 425 by 350. I like those dimensions. Insert. Don't freak out when you see this yellow box. That's what happens anytime you insert video or media. Once you post your blog post, you will see that it will actually be the video. So don't worry. That's very normal. This next button is the preview button. You can click that to see what your blog post will look like. Oh yeah, looks good, right? Woohoo! Spell check. Please take the 10 seconds to spell check. Thank you. And HTML. This is essentially what your blog post looks like from an HTML view. You don't need to know anything about this unless you are going to be adding code into your blog post or you're super techie and you're writing code, go for it. If not, you don't need to worry about the HTML tab. Tags. What is your blog post about? Now that you're done with your blog post, it's time to do a few extra steps. Well, this is about Wallingford, Seattle. It's about short sales, and it's about Seattle real estate. Break up your tags with commas. 2, 3, maybe 4 tags. What is your blog post about? Visibility, draft. I always keep my post in draft so I can post it, see what it looks like before I make it public. Hyperlocal pages. ActiveRain gets tons of SEO from our hyperlocal pages. Consumers are coming to the state, county, city, and neighborhood pages. If you are writing about a new law in Washington State that covers all of Washington and it's not county or state, county, city, or neighborhood specific, stop there. Your blog post will appear on our Washington hyperlocal page. If it's a new law or a new, neighborhood in King County that covers all of King County, you could stop there and it would show up on our county page. Again, if it's all for Seattle, new tax break for everyone living in Seattle, you could stop there. But since my blog post is about a specific neighborhood within Seattle, I want it on that Wallingford page because people go and look for Wallingford. It's a really cool, hip area people want to move to. So I want my blog post on that Wallingford neighborhood page. If your neighborhood is not listed, they're not all listed, you can easily add your neighborhood by clicking this button, Add Neighborhood, putting in your community name, and dropping a pin and clicking Add Community. Once you do that, your neighborhood will then be added. You can go in and easily add any future posts to that neighborhood. Anybody can post to these neighborhood, city, county, and state pages. These are not just, exclusive to you. Anyone can do it. ActiveRain channels. This little red star means that this is mandatory for you to choose in order to post your blog. So this is about home buying. You have to choose from the predetermined list, and then you must choose a topic from there. And it's a foreclosure and short sale. Groups. ActiveRain has over 8,000 groups. There are very active groups, and there are some that aren't so active. Anytime you write a blog post, you can post it to 5 groups, any 5 you want. Just click whatever 5 you want to post it to, and they will show up there. Go to groups. You do that up here by clicking groups, and you'll find some that are brand specific, geographically I want you to find some that are in your area, maybe in your brand, and some not in your area, because some specific brands like to give referrals to other people and whatnot. So just start, playing with groups and seeing if you get extra eyes and ears and exposure from posting your awesome blog post there. Categories. What is this? This is for consumers. I'm advertising a listing. My outside blog. Anytime you're a rainmaker, you also get your outside blog, your very own URL. Of course, I want this on my outside blog. As I add more and more blog posts to my outside blog, it will begin to rank. So I just click that. Allow others to reblog this post. Heck yeah! If somebody else in the rain wants to reblog my post and get it in front of more eyes, please do so. You get 25 points if they do it. You get in front of more eyes. They can't change anything within your blog post or your title. They have to write a quick synopsis at the top, at least 25 characters. But yeah, reblogging is awesome. This is not my content, but I have permission to post it. If this isn't your content, you better have permission to repost it. This community will call you out. We take it very seriously. Don't find something, copy and paste it, and try and play it off like it's your own. They'll find you. If you're getting a newsletter, pretty sure somebody else in the community is getting that same newsletter. And will notice that your blog post looks very similar, and they'll call you out. And then you're going to get an email from me, and you don't want that. But if you do have permission, direct and proper from the original author, and you can post it, please do. Credit the source and click this box. We don't award points for blog posts that are unoriginal content. Disable commenting on this post. I don't know why you would want to, but you could if you didn't want anyone to leave a comment. And then post blog entry. Think of this as your save button. Please confirm this entry does not contain copyrighted material. Heck no, it doesn't. And keep in mind, remember I left it in draft because I want to see what it looks like before everybody else does. I just want that one extra peek. So the reason I know it's in draft is right here. Looks good, looks good. Let me refresh it so I can see my vid. Looking good. Oh, sweet. Yes, that's exactly what I want. So what I would do is I'd come back into edit, come down to my visibility, and change that from draft to public, and hit post blog entry. Bam, you're done. Your blog post is up there. You're rocking. That's it, you guys. That's all you need to do. The information in your blog post is super important, but the layout of your blog post is just as important. ActiveRain University classes. We were talking about keywords. We were talking about H1 header tags and keyword phrases. You can find all of Bob's classes here if you click the ActiveRain University and then go to the classes. If you ever need us, please do not be shy. Contact ActiveRain right here. You can call us. We're here 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. We're in Seattle. Or you can submit a ticket. I can't wait to see your first blog post. This community will lift you up. We will comment. We will read them. We will welcome you to the rain. Do not be shy. It can be a little scary at first, but guess what? We all started with our first post. And, you know, hundreds and thousands of posts later, with lots and lots of deals coming in, people will call you from writing these posts. I promise you it will happen. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow, but it will happen. They're going to lurk. They're going to read your posts. Consumers aren't going to leave comments. Consumers don't leave comments, but they're reading your posts. They are. The other members of ActiveRain will leave comments, but consumers are watching you. And sometimes it takes months, and then they pick up that phone, and then they call you, and you say, oh, Lord, look it, I wrote this blog post, and I just closed this deal because of it. You can do it. You can take your marketing efforts to the moon. And if you need us to help you, do not be shy. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. We love you. Be good. Take care of one another, and let it rain.